Thurman versus Errol Spence Jr. Does Keith Thurman have a chance? A lot of us, we look at Keith Thurman as damaged goods. He's had injuries in the past that's kept him out of the ring for quite some time. Before he fought Pacquiao, he was out of the ring for quite a bit. You saw him playing flutes and stuff like that, and over there in Nepal and all this other stuff. He was relaxing himself, and I have no real issue with that, man. But there were some things that I wish Keith Thurman would have stopped doing. He's always supposed to come back, and then never comes back, and then next thing you know, he's injured again, and some weird stuff, But nonetheless, Errol Spence, on the other hand, he too has suffered injuries in the ring and outside the ring. And I would have to say, to be honest, that Errol Spence Jr. probably has more wear and tear on him than Keith Thurman does. You know what I mean? I know a lot is going to disagree with me, but I really believe that. I mean, Keith Thurman wasn't thrown out of a Ferrari. Keith Thurman didn't have his eye detached. He might have had a few, I think he had his rotator cuff, or he had some surgery on his arm or something like that. But still, in my honest opinion, Keith Thurman definitely is in a better state than Errol Spence. I would say Errol Spence has been more busier in the ring. He's been more active than Keith Thurman has. Thurman's last fight was Mario Barrios. And let's talk about that. People say Keith Thurman got hurt by a 140-pounder. I mean, here's the thing. It's no surprise Keith Thurman has issues with his core. He's been hurt by various boxers, even welterweights, true welterweights. But he also hurt Mario Barrios in that fight. He rocked him. Physically wobbled Mario Barrios. All right? So let's not act like we didn't see that happen. On the flip note, Yordenis Ugas, who has significantly less punching power than Keith Thurman, he managed to rock Errol Spence. And no, I'm not talking about the second punch when he already had his mouthpiece out. I'm talking about the punch that actually knocked his mouthpiece out. That knocked him against the ropes, so he saw do that little funny dance and shit like that. That punch. That hurt Errol Spence. Keith Thurman has more power than Yordenis Ugas, and he moves much better than Ugas too. So for everybody saying that this is going to be an easy fight for Errol Spence, I don't think it is, and I think they know it too. That's the reason why they wanted it at 154. They don't want to risk the belts. I don't understand the risk. I don't understand the reason for not even wanting to risk the belts, because the belts are, he's moving up. They fought at 154, so he can't get to the belts. So what's the reason for that? Was it because you're going to come back down to fight Bud for sure? Or are you just trying to hold up the other guys from the division on purpose just to be spiteful? I don't know what the hell is going on with that. We'll see in due time exactly how that unfolds. But the question is, does Keith Thurman have a chance against Errol Spence when they fight in April? And the short answer to it is absolutely. Y'all keep forgetting Keith Thurman only has one loss, dude. It's not like he's sitting up there with 5 losses. Even if he did have 5, 6 losses, that doesn't mean anything. Losses shouldn't really define who a boxer is. There's a lot of legends that have more than one fucking loss on their records. Pacquiao, Tyson. There's a lot of people with losses that were greats, and they still, they were greats. It doesn't matter if they had losses or not, man. All right? So I think they understand very well that Keith Thurman is still a threat, regardless of the body work. Another thing you got to understand is they're moving up in weight. Thurman, more than likely, is going to be a bit stronger. His punch is going to be a little bit more harder up there. And maybe his body, his punch resistance to the core might be much better too. Cutting down that weight, 147. How many pounds is that? 6, 7 pounds? So that's significant, man. That's significant. So I guess we'll be finding out eventually if I'm right. I think Keith Thurman has a very good shot at this. Well, anyway, let me know what you think. This is Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all later, and I'm out. Peace.